Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline, and if it's the first time stopping by, you are definitely welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to leave some comments below. Be sure to turn on your notification so that you don't miss out on my next video. So in case you're wondering, right now I'm at the park. It's extremely very hot, so I decided to come here on the park, to relax, to clear my mind out, because it's extremely hot. So in today's video, I'm just going to react on K.Michelle, because she's clapped back at David and Tamira. So one thing that I just want to tell you, Tamira, don't put yourself at K.Michelle's level. Right now you have got a good man who's there for you mentally, physically, socially. The man is there for you. He's supporting you. I saw what David did. He made a video concerning about what Michelle was saying to his girlfriend Tamira. So for me, I was deeply emotional. I was in so much pain, to see another African American, tearing another African down, because I don't understand what was the reason for K.Michelle, to be tearing Tamira in that manner, but I thank God that to see Tamira, growing up, reacting in the manner that she reacted, because Tamira, she did not put herself at K.Michelle's level, which is a good thing. And also the boyfriend David, he said a lot of things which were very respectful, but I did not like a situation whereby he was busy calling K.Michelle a beautiful woman like Tamira. No, you don't say such kind of thing. If somebody is coming for your girlfriend, or if somebody is coming for your wife, that's not the time whereby you'll be calling K.Michelle saying beautiful, because hey, she's not after that. She's after your girlfriend, tearing your girlfriend down, downgrading her, because how could I can't accept such kind of a man whereby you know already that the lady, K.Michelle was even allegedly, accusing Tamira of sleeping with Jermaine the priest's father, and then the wife beat Tamira in an elevator, all those things, and then after that you come here on social media, then you start to support such kind of a lady. When you see a person going for your wife, or going for your girlfriend, that's the time for you, to defend your girlfriend. You don't have to say, oh, she's a beautiful lady. No, that's not the time for that. That's not the moment for it, So on the other side, I can understand why he was trying to support the both lady, because as you can see right now, everybody, we're all protesting, and then K.Michelle, she's just trying to sell out her music, because she just released her music, so I think she's trying to make Tamira, to drag Tamira in order for her to get a lot of views, for her song that she just removed, because it was unnecessary for her, to be calling Tamira, saying she has got no ages, and I think for Tamira, she's even better, because when you look at K.Michelle, her body is not even supposed to be where it is. Even when you look at her waist, you can see that waist, it has turned into a baby's waist. Even if you go for surgery that will make you to look beautiful, not a situation whereby you look like a cartoon, then you are calling another person, moppy hair. What about herself? Even when you look at her behind, because even her, she knows already that last year, I think it was last year, that lady, she was crying on social media, on Instagram, imagine, she was crying, she put something on her behind, she was nearly, about to lose her life, right now she's coming for another black lady, so I don't understand why is it that she's coming for Tamira, shaming Tamira. What about herself? Why can't she look at herself? What about her body? Because her body is not supposed to be where it is. She saw even her that what her behind. It was like Kilimanjaro. The mountain Kilimanjaro back there in Tanzania. There's a mountain called Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Because for me, I cannot accept a lady who's grown up, to be disrespecting another lady just like her. So for me, even her, she has to look at herself. What about her behind? Can you just imagine? She went there for surgery. She removed some of the objects that she put on her behind, but still, her behind, does not even look natural. So look at Tamira and compare her with K.Michelle. You see that there's a big difference. So for me, I don't see the reason, because Tamira, even when Of course, I can agree that Tamira, she has done a lot of surgery, but for her, she's better. Even when you look at her, at her body, she looks like, she still has got shape, but when you look at K.Michelle, her body, no, it's not where it's supposed to be, So for me, I applaud what David, for supporting Tamira, because it was unbelievable. Because even when you just look at the thing that K.Michelle was saying about Tamira is unbelievable, because it's not Tamira who started the fight, because the fight began by T.S. Medicine. T.S. Medicine is the one who just asked what Tamira, if she was going to do a battle, a singing battle, because nowadays, it's like most of the time, on social media, it's like some celebrity, they are like always like competing against each other. So she did not respond to that, she was just ringing a bell, So I don't know what just made what K.Michelle, to just to react towards that, calling another black African like, hey, I don't know what was the reason. I just think that, K.Michelle, she's going through a very difficult time, because it's not good for her, to be like judging another person, because I'm sure, even Tamira has got a lot of things to say about K.Michelle, but she's not going to say, because right now, I'm so happy to see Tamira that she's changed into becoming a grown-up lady, because before, she used to act like a childish, but now, since she got with David, she has changed into becoming a very humble lady, respected, she respects herself, she's out of drama, she's not acting in a lot of she's no longer like problematic, because those other years, she was always like on social media, she was always in problems, but nowadays, I'm seeing that there's a lot of change, so I think, Tamira, she should keep up with that, because don't just allow what K.Michelle, to bring you down, because she's doing that in order for her to sell her music, K.Michelle, talent speak for itself, you don't sell your music, using Tamira's name, you don't sell your music, using David's name, like clapping back, just because some people, you want people to come to your channel to come and see your music. You don't do that, my sister. If you are talented, show your skill, people will like you for who you are, people will like your music, if you are talented, rather than, calling somebody with no ages, calling people, describing Tamila, in a very bad manner, and as if you are the one who's perfect. Yourself also, you are not perfect, just look at your behind as well, you will see that, your behind is not real, so for me, I'm going to speak for Tamira, it's not fair to describe other people, it's not fair, to shame others, I'm sure, if Tamira, she's going to react towards you in that manner that you reacted, I don't think that maybe we're going to like it, and the other thing, leave David alone, regardless, even if David does not speak like an American accent, people speak there it's just like right now, you don't force somebody, to speak like an American English. It's not everybody who grew up in America, for him, he grew up in Nigeria. You have to understand that in West Africa, they don't speak English like American, and then you have to understand that, people speak English depending on the country that they grew up. The accent is going to be, it's going to depend in the country that they grew up. You can't grow up in Africa and then you are going to be speaking like an American. Do you expect David to be speaking hello guys? No, he's not going to be speak like that, because you have to understand that most of the time in Nigeria, they speak like pidgin English. Pidgin English is not really English. It's a mixture of their language and a little bit of English. It's a chopped English. So I don't see the reason for her. Because even when she was singing that song, she was just like degrading herself, because it's a grown lady, you can't do such kind of a thing, because I don't see anything that the men did towards her, to be reacting, to be calling the men, the accent is not good. What about her, because for her, she might think that maybe when she speaks that American English accent, that maybe it's not everybody who likes her for who she is. You have to understand that. So for you African out there, don't allow such kind of people like K.Michelle, to be downgrading you just because you've got another accent. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your accent. So don't allow. People will always judge you, because some people, you have to know that they are living in a miserable life. Some people, they're going through very difficult situation in their life. You find that if somebody is going through a very difficult situation in life, they'll try to to put that problem on somebody else, you know. So for me, you know, I don't like a situation whereby somebody, you know, will try to judge another person's accent, you know, saying that, oh, the accent, you know, it's not everybody who's going to speak American English. You have to understand that some other people, you know, I know that back in Africa, you know, most of the people, they learn like British English. Just like for myself, I learned British English. I did not learn like American English, you know. That's the reason why you see that even if I'm going to go to other country, I'm not going to speak like American English. I'm going to speak British English. When I arrived here in Sweden, I think that's when I started to learn a little bit about American English. But through my life, you know, I have just learned British English. That's what I have just learned, you know. So that's also okay, you know. We don't have to be, it's good to be unique, you know. We don't have to be like, you know, same, you know. So I don't see the reason for her, you know, whereby she was talking about accent. What about, hey, that accent, you know, there's some other people who speaks very fluent American English, because even hey, she just speak that English from the hood, I don't know, you know. So for me, I'll end by saying that this video is not sponsored. Everything I say in the video is of personal like, so you don't have to take my words for it. So see you guys in my next video. So no bashing each other, you know. So take care of yourself and see you in my next video.
Bye.